friends, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we're looking into your person's current thoughts, and I've got two piles for you. This is pile number one, this is pile number two. Pile number one is the Mid-Centurion Tarot, and pile number two is the Tarot of Oppositions. Take your time, see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to. I do want to say this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If one pile's messages don't resonate, then choose the other. If both piles' messages don't resonate, then it just means that maybe there aren't any messages for you in this video today. But I do hope that at least one of the pile's messages do resonate. There is going to be an extended for this reading, so let's take a look at what you can expect in the extended. So we'll be looking into how do they currently feel about you, what would they like you to know, and what is the future they see for the two of you. Okay, so details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. Please be careful of scammers. I would never reach out to you asking you to follow or subscribe or book a private reading, so just please be a little bit careful about that. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to, and then I shall begin. Hi, pile one. For those of you who chose the Mid-Centurion Tarot, this is going to be your reading, all right? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Alrighty, pile one. What are your person's current thoughts? 5 of Wands, 8 of Wands, Ace of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 4 of Wands, the Sun. Okay. I also have your Oracle cards. Come to the edge. Okay. Green Tara. When I act with kindness, I am filled with joy. Aggression. I am dependable. Glimmers. Magnetism. It's never too late. Okay. The person's debating whether they should reach out to you or not. For some of you, you could be no contact, but for others of you, you don't have to be. There's something that your person wants to tell you. How one? But they've kind of been debating with themselves whether they should tell you or not. It looks like if your person tells you this, then they feel that both of you will be happy about this conversation. But why are they struggling a bit with it? They're struggling a lot with it, actually. Okay. So it's something about the past, all right? There's a conversation that's meant to come about the past. And it looks like that conversation is heavy, or maybe the topic might be something both of you have been avoiding for quite some time. But it looks like once you work through the topic of that conversation, then things in your person's perspective will go back to being light, being happy and joyous between the two of you. Your person's worried that you might not be in the energy to receive them. Maybe you have blocked this person, or maybe things have just been so difficult with respect to this conversation that your person's not sure of how you are going to receive it. But they're thinking of taking a leap of faith, but at the same time, it's kind of like they're preparing themselves for when things could go wrong as well. So not just preparing themselves for what could go right, but also preparing themselves for what could go wrong. For some of you, this person could have ghosted you, could have left you on red, is also what I'm hearing. abandoned is also what I'm hearing. So maybe for some of you, the conversation is about why they left or why they haven't reached out in so long. But yeah, there's something about aggression on your end that's coming through. So your person is preparing themselves in case they reach out and you're not happy to receive them, or you don't want them to have reached out at all. So they're preparing for that possibility. I don't know what the reality is on your end. Pile 1, that energy is not coming through because your person does not know what exactly are you thinking and feeling. They're hoping that you will receive them well, but they're also preparing for you not receiving them well as well. Yeah, with I am dependable and the 5 of Pentacles, it does feel like this conversation was meant to happen a long time ago, but they didn't really bring this conversation up, or they must have evaded it, must have changed the topic every time this conversation came up. Yeah, even that also is coming through. So you might have gotten frustrated over time about why this conversation was not had between the two of you. But your person's been getting signs that it's time for both of you to have this conversation. There's kind of like a subtle push that's been coming through, either from their higher self or even from their spirit guides. Or it could be your person's subconscious as well, like letting them know that, hey, it's time. So maybe whatever your person wants to tell you, or whatever this conversation is about, maybe your person has been seeing it appear around them, like maybe in lyrics or some movie or some sitcom, or even as an Instagram reel. There's some kind of with glimmers coming up, there's some kind of signs that are being shown to your person that it's time, like take that step towards your person. So if you thought that your person had forgotten you, or had forgotten about this conversation that was meant to happen between the two of you, the answer is no. It's actually been on their mind, and frankly, it's been on their mind too much. It's kind of been glaring at them at this point in time. So right now, the thoughts that they're having is more about the conversation that's meant to happen between the two of you, and wondering if they should not. They're kind of in that up in the air energy right now, but leaning towards taking a leap of faith, because I think that once both of you work through this conversation, your person senses that there's going to be a lot of stability, there's going to be a lot of happiness between the two of you, but they know that tackling this conversation, yeah, that might be difficult. So it's just after this difficult phase, then both of you can come on the other side, and both of you are going to be happy that this conversation took place. That's the energy that's coming through. It's a bit cryptic, yes, but the energy is, so maybe the semantics of the conversation is different for different of you, but this conversation is very, very important. That's also something that's coming through, and you'll know if this is your pile, if there's been a conversation that's just been like kind of the elephant of the room, and both of you know you're meant to talk about it, but you're just not talking about it. Your person could have also disappeared every time this conversation came up, or they could be changing topics every time this conversation comes up. Like I said, you could be in no contact, but you don't have to be. I'm getting all situations at this point in time. But the way that your person's kind of telling themselves is, it's never too late. Let's just bring it up. It's okay if, I've been avoiding this conversation for so long. It's okay if my person is upset and frustrated with me, but it's never too late to bring up this conversation. It's never too late for us to talk this through, so that we can come onto the other side. It's kind of like the vision that they want for the two of you is clarity. That is the most important thing at this point in time. And it looks like this conversation is going to bring that clarity. Either things have been so up in the air between the two of you, or both of you need to have this conversation in order to resolve some conflict between the two of you. There is some communication definitely coming in from your person. That energy is very, very strong. And it's in their thoughts. They're kind of like concocting, like, what do I say? What do I write? What do I tell them? How do I bring this across? So there's a lot of like situations that are running in your person's mind at this point in time. But overall, I do feel like your person's getting ready to talk to you. So for some of you, this could be your person breaking no contact as well, right? Let me give you one more message, maybe advice for Yes, advice is wait for your person to come through. All right. It is definitely a conversation that has been heavy on the two of you, like heavy on both of your minds. You know what it is. That's the message that's coming through, Pal One. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So that conversation is coming soon. The advice actually coming through for you, Pal One, is I am getting King of Swords, but I am also getting a little bit of blocked energy from the Queen of Swords. So yes, it is important to understand the heaviness behind the conversation that's meant to have. But at the same time, if you can approach it with love and, kindness and compassion that you have in your heart for your person, I think that it would benefit the two of you, because not just is the conversation difficult for you, it is also going to be difficult for your person. So if both of you could kind of come in the energy where you respect each other, where you acknowledge that there has been pain on both sides, or you both come forward with compassion for the other, it looks like the conversation could work in both of your favor that way, right? So it's understandable that you might be upset, you might be frustrated. Yes, that energy is now coming through. But if you could tap into the love that you have for this person when you both are having that conversation, yeah, it would just flow much more easier for the two of you. Okay, that is the advice coming out for you, Pal One. Let's take a look at what is coming out in the extended. Let's see. So we'll look at how do they currently feel about you, okay? We'll look at what would they like you to know, and we'll look at what is the future that they see for the two of you. Okay, so I'll dig deeper into this. I will get more clarification for the Sun, as well as the Nine of Cups and the Four of Wands energy. We'll dig deeper and detail out what future does your person see for the two of you. Details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. Pal One, this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. My private readings are open right now. I can check the details in the description box below. Pal One, take care. Trust your intuition. You always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye. Hi, Pal Two. For those of you who chose Tarot of Oppositions, this is going to be your reading, all right? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes. Think of your person. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alrighty, Pal Two. The person's current thoughts. Let's get into it. Okay. Six of Swords, the Fool, the Chariot, Knight of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Okay. Okay, I also have your Oracle cards. Never-ending story. Yeah, it's a bit of a defeated energy coming out in your reading today, Pal Two. Oh yeah. I'm not making the first move. Yes, I did get that. I am love, abandonment, expression, and ascension. Okay. Your person doesn't want to do anything right now. This definitely is some kind of a no contact between the two of you. It could be separation. Both of you could also be divorced is also what I'm hearing. I'm also hearing separated. I'm also hearing distance, emotional distance. It's not, your person's not doing very well. I don't think that you are either. There's a recognition that both of you are not doing very well at this point in time. It looks like things were good between the two of you for quite some time, and possibly for some of you, like I'm seeing two different situations, all right? I know that they are opposites, but they're coming to me. For some of you, over a long period of time, things could have just progressively gotten worse between the two of you. And then for some of you, I am seeing that overnight, it just became really bad. The common theme for all of you is that at one point, this connection was or had potential. And so right now, your person doesn't want to do anything. There's a little bit of a pause energy even on their end. There is ego, but there's also just so much of pain that your person is masking. And that's why they're not going to make the first move. They're not going to be the ones to reach out. Maybe we'll see in the extended what will happen if you reach out and what will happen if you don't reach out. I'll do that for you in the extended. But at this point in time, your person's current energy is that they are not making the first move. Your person keeps reminiscing about the past, about when things were good between the two of you. Would not be surprised if that's also your energy. But there's also a sense of, look where we've come, you know? And that by itself, just saying that, pulled something within me like into the ground kind of energy. So I feel like even just admitting it to themselves that both of you are not where you could have been, it's just a lot of pain for your person. For some of you, this could have been a repeated cycle, but if that does not resonate, this could be a repeated cycle for their life. So maybe other relationships as well have gone through the same cycle, or it's the same pattern. For some of you, I am getting that it is a never-ending story between the two of you. It's kind of like both of you come together, things are amazing, and then you fall apart, and then both of you go through your own process, your own healing. You take some time, maybe even spanning years, and then come back together. Things are good again, and then you're taken apart, so on. So I do feel that cycle unfolding for some of you, and this is probably a couple of cycles in, and your person's recognizing that, why can't things just stay good between the two of us? Why do we always come to this point of pain? For others of you where this is a never-ending cycle that your person has been going through with other connections, it's kind of like, why do I keep putting myself in this situation where there's just so much of pain? I shouldn't even take a leap of faith then, is the thought process that's coming through. At this point in time, your person, like lone wolf energy, they don't want to interact with anyone. They don't want to be near anyone. They also do not want to talk to you. They don't want to talk to anyone, not just you, but the reason for that is just pain, Paltu. It's just pure pain coming through. I don't know what's gone down between the two of you, why both of you are in this cycle, but with Ascension coming up, I would not be surprised if the cycle has repeated so that both of you can take your time to individually grow and then come back together, stay for a while, and then go apart so that you can grow again individually and then come back together. You'll know if that resonates if every time there has been separation between the two of you, there's been massive growth on your end as well as your person's end. It's kind of like each time the cycle starts, you both are very different people from when the next cycle starts between the two of you. That's how you'll know if that resonates with you or if this reading is for you. For those of you who resonate with the never-ending story on your person's end, yeah, with each relationship that they step into, even though it feels like it's a never-ending story, there's been ascension, there has been growth from one connection to the other. So it's technically not true when your person says that, why do I keep finding myself in the same situation? Or for some of you, why do both of you keep finding yourself in the same situation? It's technically not true because you're growing. So even though it might feel like you are in the same situation as in separation, there's been growth on both of your ends. The way that you're handling the situation, the way that you're showing up, the energy that's connecting the two of you has been different each time around. So that might also be a realization for you as well. If you've been asking, like, why are we, constantly in separation, or why do we have these cycles of absolute happiness and then things seem like it's going to work out for us, there's so much of potential, and then suddenly it feels like the rug is just snatched out from your feet. So the reason for that is there's meant to be growth for the two of you, but maybe that growth is not possible with each other. Maybe that growth is meant to happen individually. So it looks like you are in one of those phases at this point in time. But yeah, it's difficult energy, pal 2. Your person's not doing very well. I'm sure you're also not doing very well. It's kind of like, because of the repeated cycles, they're kind of losing hope a little bit. Like, is this how things are always meant to unfold? But what you and your person are meant to realize is that you've been coming back together as higher versions of yourselves. And that has been what was meant to happen between the two of you. So you can't take away that growth that both of you have been triggering within the other person, or this connection has been triggering within you, within your person. I know that's difficult to hear, but maybe this thought process will help ease the pain a little bit on your end, that it's not the same cycle. The semantics are different because you're growing each time. I'll get you one message, but this is what they're thinking right now. These are their current thoughts. Yeah, I think that your person, yeah, they're not going to reach out. I was just checking for you. No, they're not going to reach out. They're being a bit stubborn about it. But that's coming from pain. Pal 2, don't hold it against your person. It's just the pain that they're in. Maybe on your end, you don't want to, or you don't feel called to make the first move as well. For now, I would say let the situation be. All right, focus on your healing, focus on your life, realign to yourself. Maybe part of the frustration that you're feeling is because you've been focusing too much on your person, you've been focusing too much on your connection. There is a push right now, even for your person. So I would not be surprised if that energy has been playing out on your end as well. There is a focus on both of you to realign to yourselves. At this point in time, your person will not be reaching out to you just because there is quite a bit that they need to work through on their own. So even they're not feeling the push to reach out. I don't think even you are also feeling the push to reach out. But that's because both of you are meant to be on your own right now. You're meant to focus on your growth. Okay, I will look into the extended for you. I will see what will happen if you reach out and what will happen if you don't. So that will just be an additional question for you that I will look into specifically. But otherwise, in the extended, we will look into how do they currently feel about you? What would they like you to know? And then what is the future that they see for the two of you? We'll be looking into this, and then I'll just add that additional question for you. All right, pal 2? So details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out, pal 2. This is where I will leave you for today. Your person, not in the best energy. I don't think that you are also at this point in time. So take some time to realign to yourself. Your person is as well. But yes, they are thinking about you, pal 2, all right? They are having thoughts about your connection. It's a bit defeated energy, yes, but at the same time, they're remembering the happy times, but they're also kind of wondering why both of you keep going through the cycle, or why they keep experiencing the same cycle again. That is the initial point to when they start figuring deeper aspects about this connection. So I would not be surprised if you two are going through some kind of a reflection process on your end as well, all right? Pal 2, take care, trust your intuition, you always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.